Are you ready for our last guided activity using Google Sheets? Okay, so you're going to need to open your practice file. If you need to, go to drive.google.com and search the word practice, and you should be able to locate this file. Last time we created a poll chart based on a question that you polled your classmates about. Today we're going to add one new sheet. So I'm going to go to the lower left hand corner, click the Add Sheet button, and the name of this sheet tab is Time. Okay, so the question is, how do you spend your time? And this might take a little bit of calculating, but in the course of 24 hours, how would you break down the time spent on each activity? So let me give you the categories. Okay, here are our categories for this activity. So I'm going to make column A a little bit wider because some of the data information, text information in cell A9 is a little wide, and I don't want it to cross over into the next column. Okay, so we have school, sleeping, eating, talking, traveling, grooming, chores / homework, and screen time. So that could be if you're in front of a TV, a phone, tablet, a video game, anything like that. Okay, so here's the kicker. You have to figure out how many hours you spend doing these items. And another kicker is that it needs to equal 24 hours because there's 24 hours in a day. We are going to make a pie chart, so we're going to be dealing with a set amount of time. And so we're going to determine the pieces of the pie based on how much time you spend. Okay, for the sake of this example, I have filled in the hours I spend doing different activities during the day. I am now going to format my table. I want borders on this table. And column B, I want the information to be centered. Now we need to add a sum because we want to make sure this adds up to 24 hours in a day. I'm going to press the enter key. Did you see that? You might have missed it. I went to the function, went to sum. I selected cells B2 through B9, and I pressed the enter key, and I got my sum, which was 24. Now we're not going to include that in the pie chart. It will be left out when we select the data. Okay, so we have a category here, total hours. I'm going to bold them. I'm going to make them a little bit larger. So again, I'm going to adjust the width, and I'm going to do a fill. Do like a purpley, but I'm going to do a light yellow. The font, bold the font, and then here I want to do a yellow fill and do a purple font. Opposite. Okay, so we have our category and we have our total hours. I'll make this a little bit wider. Okay, so we're ready to make our pie chart. So you have to figure out, pretty much everybody spends 7 hours on a regular day at school, so you have to figure out how much time you spend doing the other activities, traveling to and from school, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this data. Now I'm going to start at cell A1 and I'm going to go down to cell B9. Again, I'm not highlighting or selecting the sum. I'm not including that in my chart. I'm going to go to Insert, Chart, and we want a pie chart today. So I'm going to go to Charts. I'm going to go to Pie. And for the sake of this example, I want a 3-dimensional pie chart. So it's going to look like it pops out from the page. So you see each little item here is specified in the legend. That looks good. I'm going to customize. My title is How I Spend My Time. I'm going to make that, I like that purple color. I'm going to go a little bit bigger, size 20. I'm going to change the font. How about Comic Sans? Okay, so it already looks like it identifies the percentages on the pieces of the pie. Let's change the background, something totally different that contrasts with the other items. So each slice is a percentage. That's good. You could also do the value if you want, or the label. I do think the percentage is the best way to visualize this information. And we're going to scroll down a little bit, and right now we have a 3D option. Okay, so for each series you actually can format the color. So let's say you don't want school to be blue. So right now it's on the series school. Let's say you wanted school to be black. You could change that color here. Let's say I wanted sleeping to be a blue color instead, so I could change that there. And then maybe I want eating to be, I don't know, red. You see, you can go on down through. Maybe I want talking to be, how about a pink color, bright light pink. And maybe I want the traveling, instead of purple, I want that to be orange. You see, I can go through and I can change these colors to what colors I want them to be. Okay, I'm now going to go ahead and insert the chart. And I'm going to drag the chart off to the side. So for this assignment, you have your data, which is formatted, and you have your chart, which is customized. So have fun with it. You can choose the colors, and your categories will reflect how much time you spent on each of the activities. Let me know if you have any questions.